And Pat, this first one is from Sherry, who says, my spouse and I are not in agreement as to whether or not we should attend the gay marriage of our child. One of us feels that it's totally against the Lord's plan and our attendance would send at the very least a mixed message, or at worst, it could be like taking a stand for gay marriage. The other feels our attendance would show support to our child that's necessary for the future of our relationship and witness. What do you think we should do? Should one attend while the other one does not?
You want to ask my opinion. I think you don't agree with the idea of homosexual marriage. Now, you say gay. I don't know if it's two men
or two women.
Or
Right?
two
they don't
women.
say. Mm-hmm.
Don't say, but it's not heterosexual. You don't agree with it. It's a solemn, you got to stand there and be a witness to it. And by your attendance at the ceremony, you were agreeing. We used to say, you know, anybody who opposes this, let him speak or forever hold his peace and all that kind of thing. I just wouldn't go. I would tell your child, I love you, but I cannot condone this. And, you know, we'll always love you, but I don't condone this activity. And so, you know, I'm here if you need me.
Difficult decision.
I mean, that's tough, but I really think, and not one of you, I mean, that indicates that her or his conduct is splitting your marriage. You don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Be a unity, and I would say don't go, all right?
That's amazing because he thinks that he's being the moral one there. It's not like he's doing something when he advocates that he thinks is like morally neutral or like he knows it's fucked up but he wants you to stand on principle anyway. No. He thinks that his advice on that if you were to act that way and not go to your gay kid's wedding, that would make you more moral. Not less. That's more moral to not attend your gay kid's wedding. That's incredible. See, this is the incredible power of religion, is it warps people's thinking into believing that things that are absolutely immoral, the height of immorality, people can actually think that's what's moral in accordance with my belief system. You know, people always wonder, like when you look at ISIS, for example, and they're beheading people. It's like, how can somebody who had, like this guy Jihadi John, who we just discovered his identity, how can somebody go from living in London and, you know, growing up with money in a family that had money, and then all of a sudden now they're beheading people in the middle of the desert, innocent people? Well, that's, this is the power of beliefs. This is the power of religion. To take an otherwise normal person and get them to do atrocities, only religion can do that. I mean, to say to your own kid, I'm not going to go to your wedding because you're gay. Oh, man, is that some evil shit. God, is that so wrong. And you have to be thoroughly brainwashed to really believe that that's the way to go. So all jokes aside, that's fucked up, man. And you look at a clip like this and you go, oh, I see why suicides among the LGBT community are through the roof. It's for reasons like this. People feel unloved. People feel like, they're outsiders. People feel terrible because they're oppressed and they're treated like lepers, and it's just, people just look down on you. And it's this incredibly strong societal feeling of pressure, nonstop pressure, conform to what we want you to be. But look, fuck off, man. I mean, that's the response is, and this is why I'm totally in favor of like really loud advocacy for oppressed minorities, because the only way to push back against this shit is to push back against this shit and to make very clear, no, the problem is with you. You're the problem, Pat Robertson. You're the problem. There's nothing wrong with that gay couple. There's nothing wrong with them at all. You're the issue. You're the bad guy. Clearly. To any rational person, that's the takeaway. And of course, how can we have this discussion without bringing up the elephant in the room, which is cherry picking. So here Pat Robertson is like, don't go to that wedding because the Bible says and the religion says you shouldn't do that and God doesn't want you to do that. Meanwhile, look at this son of a bitch sitting there, cleanly shaven face. He doesn't have a thick beard, right? Pat, that is also against God's will. It's an abomination in the eyes of God to ever shave your face or cut your hair. It's in the book. And people go, oh, but that's in the Old Testament. We only care about the New Testament. But wait, the hating of gays part is in the Old Testament too. So what do you mean? If you're going to hate gays, then you also got to say, look, I'm not going to shave my hair. I'm not going to shave my face or cut my hair. I'm just not going to do it because I'm going to be consistent. And also one thing I always found fascinating, so I was raised in a Catholic family. And on Christmas Eve, we always have fish. Shellfish. See what the issue is with that? The Bible bans that. Bans eating all shellfish. But they eat it on Christmas Eve as part of the celebration for Jesus' birthday. Isn't that amazing? It's like they're all celebrating this thing, and I'm sitting there like, have any of you read the fucking book that goes along with it? Have you read that? It's like becoming a member of a club, and the name of the club is something just very obscure. The Smith Club, whatever. And you join the club, and people go, oh, you want to join the club? Yeah, I'll join the club. Okay, here's what we stand for. Here's the booklet. And you go, okay. Yeah, I'll join the club. Like, you don't actually read it. You're just like, I'll join. But that doesn't make any sense. Do you agree with the shit that's in the doctrine which you're supposed to abide by or not? But people try to have their cake and eat it too. Yes, I'm part of the club. Anyway, let's violate one of the main rules in that thing. Pass the fish. So there's Pat Robertson for you. I'm sure he eats pork. I'm sure he eats shellfish. He obviously shaves his hair, shaves his face and cuts his hair. And he's a massive, complete, and utter hypocrite. So Pat, I want to be crystal clear about this. The problem, again, is not the poor gay couple. The problem is you and your shitty advice, which if people take it, they will also be bad people.